expectations of your commercial partners in terms of the consumer experience that's going to be offered at the new Istanbul airport?
Actually, as you know, each airport having the same systematic what we are talking about, a hub scenario, and also commonly acknowledged one of the biggest airport all over the world. And in terms of many ways, we are not talking about the size, because during the tender case even, we discussed many times the aviation part being undertaken by the private partner, by us as the investor, and also the non-aviation. All exclusive services, and also it's a public service as well. And we thought that this kind of important non-aviation part, commercial logic, has to be introduced by the private partners, investors like Heinemann. That's why after the tender case, we almost contacted with all necessary groups, with duty-free operators, and with a transparent, open, public tender, after a very, very struggling project period, we ended up with the Heinemann Group, with the best offer, and commonly acknowledged this is one of the biggest duty-free contract within the history. And we were impressed even with the proven evidential criteria, their design, their commercial logic, their expertise, their upgraded systems technology-wise, and almost we assessed many airport duty-free areas. I refer to the retail processing areas, and we wanted something new for the market, something new for the industry. That's why Heinemann Group convinced us that the system will be upgraded. The conventional duty-free logic will not be implemented to our airport, and there would be a new passenger journey, if you allow me to say, and people will be in a convenient manner, will be feeling the nice environment. I refer to the point traffic and also the transfer traffic, because we are talking, theoretically speaking, all the continents will be getting connected to this airport, and we will be happy to serve all nationalities. That's why a bit more just cultural spirit, flavor, and also international perspective. I believe Heinemann, with their international expertise, strength, and also local proven experience, they are already in Turkish market, they can do that at most.
I spoke earlier today to Klaus Heinemann, some of the senior directors of Heinemann and Unifree, and there certainly is belief that this is something very exciting. They are the beginning of a massive new journey for them too, as a business. And they are introducing some real freshness of thinking, which is going to be great, because you're going to be setting a new benchmark to the world in terms of what you're going to be delivering, and the pace and scale at which you're delivering this airport within the next 3 years is extraordinary, quite extraordinary.
Thank you. If you say so, we are working hard. Of course, this kind of project planning is, as you can imagine, not only for the retail processing area. From the construction point, from the technical point, it's very, very challenging. But we are having the capability as the sponsors to manage the timely planning. And in this respect, we have a proper planning. We execute hard. And let's hope for the good. We are doing every kind of necessary action, to make it happen beginning of 2018. And respectively all the industry, not only the commercial partners and also the aviation partners, knowing this fact, locally and globally, they are also joining to this big project.
Well, it's real collaboration. But apart from the sheer size of the new airport, how do you think New Istanbul Airport differentiates itself from any other new airport built in the world? What's its USP?
The magic is we had at the beginning of the story many theoretical discussions with many international consultants, and we ended up with a consolidated big terminal. We believe for the point-to-point and transit passengers, this would be the convenience. We do all kind of necessary CAST modeling, because the operation itself has to be excellent, and the passengers feeling comfortable, and if they land here even for 1.5 hours as a transit passengers, they have to feel some cultural and international flavor in terms of many ways. And our retail processing area, which will be introduced will be welcoming immediately all the passengers. All the passengers will be shifted to this area. There wouldn't be actually big walking distances, and people will be making shopping, drinking, servicing from the lounges and so on. They will be having each kind of necessary activity within a consolidated center, I would say, allow me to say. And the fast execution, fast processing of the passengers is also key. We assessed carefully this terminal is with all equipped combined over 110 bridges, boarding bridges, will be giving the allowance. Even in 30 minutes you will be having capability actually to make your buying, shopping, and after that fly.
So, I mean, it's going to be a mega hub, we know.
Yeah.
But are you saying that the processing time from the point of check-in to getting into the departure lounge is 30 minutes or less?
It's actually, if we are talking about domestic passengers, just imagine from Istanbul case you are flying to London, we will prefer actually within the international market, actually the service level that we choose is A level. I mean, for the check-in system, we are not aiming actually more than 3-4 minutes waiting time. For the passport control and also for the security checking, actually we don't want to actually see more than 4-5 minutes time. And at the duty-free retail processing area till the piers, we want to actually serve the customer well. In 6-7 minutes actually they will be having capability actually to reach to the final destination in front of the bridge. So in this respect, the airports are busy, subject to the people's actually walking attitude. We are talking about 20 minutes, not more than 30 minutes.
But a seamless experience nonetheless, and what's important I guess is the fact that they're going to enjoy more dwell time, not waiting in line to be checked in and to go through security, but actually enjoying time, enjoying a sense of place within the airport domain.
Exactly. I mean, we aimed most necessarily because the passenger journey, I mean, it has to be experienced. We experience all kind of hub-relevant airports all over the world. We actually lessons learned from all of them. We took actually the strength points and we already upgraded actually the weak points of the other airports.
Seeing where the gaps are and then filling the gaps.
Exactly, because I mean the most advantageous part of this project is that the master planning is new. It's a greenfield project. The land is totally equipped and also designated area for the for the airport. And we are talking about a massive land close by to Istanbul. And even the infrastructure, the connectivity, logistic-wise, everything being undertaken, and not only by the private partner, also by the state. There exists a coordination unit. From the new third Bosphorus bridge, there will be a high-speed railway. There will be in 22 minutes metro connection from the city center, and the highways. These are also being CAS modeled, and we think we are going on the safe side.
So good access is pivotal, but in fact, I guess most of the money is actually being spent on dealing with the topography of the land base that you're dealing with. Sort of dealing with some hills, mountains, getting the valleys organised, just laying the foundations. It must be a huge enterprise, and we've seen from the imagery on your stand. Just the scale of the project is enormous, and the challenge quite enormous as well, because you're dealing with a forest area, you're clearing the land, you're actually building how many runways?
We will be introducing actually 2 runways immediately after the opening, 3 runways, 3 independent parallel runway, first time in Europe, as far as I know, will be introduced to the market.
So it's phased, and where are you going to be going in 10 years' time? 6 runways?
6 runways subject to the feasibilities and also the tender scenario. Once actually we reach to 90 million, immediately after we will be introducing we will be operating the system up to the capacity 120 million, and after that one more time, the ultimate case will be 150. During our concession time, as an investor, we are actually responsible to do so. But what we know from the master planning and from the assessments, the airport is capable to serve to 200 million with 6 parallel runways.
And the capex is never ending.
CapEx is never ending. It's good to do so. It's a good structuring because the airports are getting also old all the time. You know, once you build a brand new airport, technology-wise, technical-wise, and design-wise, commercial-wise, these are getting shaped and these are actually getting amended. That's why once actually we introduce the initial phase, and after that at the second phases we will be also benefiting from in 2020s, early 20s, we will be benefiting also from the new market innovative solutions. In this respect, about the earthwork stabilization that you asked, it's big job, one of the biggest infrastructure projects all over the world nowadays, and almost each day over 1 million cubic meter excavation work being done, and there is a quality of work ongoing at the moment side. And if we look at the proper planning, time planning of the construction, we believe actually we are coping with our requirements.
Now, we talked about the capacity of the airport. How do you think it's going to compare with what we see already in the existing Istanbul airports? And with Turkish Airlines' robust expansion, very ambitious airline, and they're predicting 100% growth in their passengers by the time the airport opens, or is it 2023? Forgive me, 2023. How are you expecting the customer mix to evolve? How will the profile change in the next 5 years?
Turkish Airlines Group started actually early 2000s, and after that, during this 15 years experience, within the last 5 years, the transit flow being observed with the connectivity increase. We were talking about actually the connectivity, 130 destinations they were connected. Based on my knowledge at the moment, they are connected more than 270, 280 destinations all over the world. And they are also increasing their fleet mix with the confirmed fleet orders early in 2000s, 2020s. They are going to end up with 450 fleets. It's wide bodies and narrow bodies. We believe it's a good strategy, and most of the actual fleet capacity will be serving to our airport. Atatürk Airport served well within the last 15 years and will be serving until our opening, but we knew that. I mean, the airport is a big infrastructure, everything is actually congestion relevant, infrastructure relevant. That's why, and it's kept, sorry for saying, at the center of the Istanbul. That's why the necessity occurred, made such a tender and also release this kind of land for this project, for the purpose.
Can I just go inside the departures area now and look at the food and beverage offer? You've nailed duty free, but within this, I understand you've actually expanded the actual size of the terminal to provide a greater scope, greater scale of food and beverage than was previously planned.
I believe I overlapped actually your previous question about the passenger mix. Actually, Turkish Airlines is the most connected airline all over the world at the moment. And the connectivity will be getting increased. Already very capable, very strong in African market, in Middle East market, and also Europe. And the same applies for the America, US market basically. However, I mean, there exists improvement for the Asian market for THY. And can you imagine actually, still there exists only a few destinations within the China and Indian market, which I believe actually one of the third of the whole world population. That's why this kind of connectivity is vice versa. Turkish Airlines will be flying and their flag carriers will be actually enjoying the environment to serve within our airport. So there will be a very, very mixed passenger origin of destination. That's why
it will change quite a lot in a very short period of time.
Exactly. That's why I mean the duty-free logic, the retail logic, and respectively the F&B logic, the same applies to the lounges, actually has to be amended totally. And from that perspective, what we want to aim, just a bit cultural spirit from our side, but there has to be an international approach and international strong capable franchise companies joining to this airport if you refer to the food and beverage business, and after it is an respected Chinese passenger or from the Australian one or from each Canadian, they will be having some familiarities. They will be finding actually their market here. We don't want to aim such a local market, end up with the local market. And as you know, if you want to eat noodle, actually the best practices are always in Asia. And we want to actually serve with this international strong brands, so the airport will be international.
Have you got an approximate split of square meterage, retail versus food and beverage?
Is following, actually we are talking about for the international departure floor, the retail processing area is over 100 square meters. 100,000 square meters. And this is based on my knowledge, the biggest retail processing area all over the world.
Yes, it would be.
And we are talking about not less than 50,000 square meters in net duty-free area, and not less than only for the departure floor, we are talking 15,000 square meter food and beverage area. And if we refer to the old terminal, it will exceed definitely more than 25,000 square meter food and beverage area. And we also refer to 20,000 mezzanine floor, upper level lounges, which also we prioritize THY, but respectively each airline or each company, if they see any feasibility or any business plan, they will be also establishing their lounges, and basically these are the numbers.
How will you benchmark pricing to ensure customers get a good deal across duty-free food and beverage and other services? What's your benchmark?
Our benchmark in terms of pricing, you mean? The pricing, I mean, within the local market, I mean, the Heinemann Group, Unifree Group already within the market, and they know the market well. They know actually the local dynamics. From the international benchmark, what we want to achieve, the airport shouldn't be expensive, shouldn't be acknowledged as expensive as it is. We have some protective mechanisms in the contract, and we have the capability actually to raise our argument as the investor mutually as the cooperation partner, and the airport should be serving well, and people will be, I mean, the prices will be digested. That's why it's a normal market condition, because we don't want to end up with an expensive airport. It shouldn't be with the regulated fees. We know we are not expensive. With the commercial logic, the perception after the opening, immediate after, the perception is very important for us. It's a key story.
You want there to be a perception of a price differential, an advantage at the airport.
Exactly. That's why, I mean, we are not concerned, if you ask me, allow me to say, concerned high profit margins. We also taking care of and also necessitating all the time to our partner and also respectively to the sponsors, the perception, the reputation, the acknowledgement of the airport is very important during the ramp up. But subject by subject, it's very, very big business, as you can imagine, and the market conditions, but I believe actually people will be, especially the transit international flow, will be acknowledging Istanbul top relevant new airport is good, something to buy.
What reputation would you like new Istanbul airport to achieve amongst travellers firstly and then business partners?
If we refer many things, if we refer actually, we have to be acknowledged with the objectives, operational excellency, safe, secure, and best international benchmark being implemented. In terms of design, it's very impressive and also making comfortable the passengers. And it's something, such a commercial area that you can enjoy a new upgraded retail processing area. And as a passenger, if you follow the connections, consolidated connections all over the world from Istanbul destination, you will be as a passenger also benefiting in terms of pricing. Because this kind of connectivity creating also efficiency in this respect, and we believe not only THY, also the LLCs and also the other flag carriers will be also joining it and serving well.
Final question. If there was one statement that you thought defined what the new Istanbul airport is all about, in one sentence, what would it be?
One word: magic, actually, because we want to start something new. It has to be magic. People should be impressed. because we don't want to duplicate anything. We don't want to duplicate actually. We don't want to actually see any example. We almost traveled everywhere actually. The Atlanta, Chicago, Dallas, Hong Kong, Dubai, Singapore, Changi, and so on the others. I don't want to name the. And we observed
But a
all
massive
of them.
learning curve.
Massive learning curve. We are really proud of our master planning. We are really proud about our design, and people should know some new trends technology-wise, and the operational excellency will be also linked to the routing system. The passengers will be routed technologically, actively, so there will be with the GPS system, there will be allowance, not a conventional system that you notice nowadays. The passengers, even you land first, you will be having capability to see, to monitor, to make shopping, even actually not entering to the shop. And these are actually the proud things, but it has to be impressive, what I am concerned.
It's been difficult today not to be impressed by what I've experienced here in terms of the interviews that have been conducted. It's a real sense of ambition and overwhelming enthusiasm and energy driving to deliver the magic that you expect to in about 3 years' time. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Cheers.